Nightly News at 8 with your hosts, Jaron Clement and Danny Howard. Field reporter, Jericho Jack. Award-winning meteorologist and sportscaster, Sebastian Hayward. Good evening and welcome to Nightly News at 8. This evening, the President is on his way to Cambodia in Air Force 4. Jericho Jack has more on this story.
Thank you, Danny. As you all know, a few years ago, Air Force 3 was shot down by Canada, our enemy for the past 10 years. Since then, scientists have teamed up with engineers to create Air Force 4. This aircraft travels faster than the speed of light. It took the President approximately 0.4444 seconds to get to Cambodia. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Jericho. Now to Sebastian for the weather report.
It's snowing outside, as you can see. This stuff right here is snow. As you can see, it's also perfect golfing weather. Work on your swing. Over here is where I lost my first ball in the snow somewhere. I'll look for that later in that little trench. It's probably buried in some ice, but you can come out in the snow and work on your swing. And otherwise, it's clear skies. You can see the moon right there. The sun's somewhere over there. There's some ice back there. There could be some snow tomorrow. Could not be.
Thank you, Sebastian. In other news, the iPhone 56 will come out in stores near you on December 1st, 2058. This phone will start at a low price of $5,000. The iPhone 56 will have features including a 12-inch 3D screen, completely waterproof, shatter-resistant, a 10,000 pixel camera, never-ending battery life, and 200 available gigabytes.
The crime rates have dramatically decreased within the past 10 years. Jericho has more on the story.
Jaron, crime rate in the city has gone down very much. There are less murders and less drive-by shootings in the hood. New technology has given our police departments more knowledge on how to prevent crimes in the future. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Jericho. Now for the sports report with Sebastian.
In this year, 2058, we're talking about how the Vikings in 58 years have not been able to win a Super Bowl. Even with a everlasting running back, AP, who has been survived from death multiple times. In other sports news, the NFPA has announced a green light on allowing basketball in high schools, colleges, and at a professional level. This sport encounters basketball and football together. Me and my colleagues will show you how it's done. Winter Olympics have kicked off in Antarctica. This includes skiing, snowmobiling, snow fights, and snowboarding, as well as sledding. Right now, Russia is currently in the lead with snowball fighting and skiing. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Sebastian. Stay with us as we'll be back after the break.
Introducing the new 3D video game, Snowball Fighter. Snowball Fighter is available at your local Kmart, Walmart, and Walgreens. Purchase it for only $80. Get yours today.
Welcome back. In recent years, prices have gone up so dramatically that the poverty level is reaching record heights. Jericho has more on the story.
Thank you, Jaron. Many people these days are becoming more and more in debt. Student loans are not being paid off, and people are losing their houses. Many Americans must work 3 jobs a day just to be able to provide for their family. This issue has become so bad that the president is figuring out a way to bring prices down so that people can afford what they need for their everyday lives. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Jericho. Modern medicine has been failing because bacteria is resistant to all types of medicine. The bacteria and viruses are immune to all modern medicine because of the overuse of the modern antibiotics. Stay with us and we'll be right back after the break.
Hey kids, do you guys like not walking around? Well, why don't you guys try the new hoverboard? It floats in midair and runs on electricity. All you have to do is come in during the day and charge it for 20 minutes and it's good for the rest of the day. I personally use this to come to school and go back to school. All I have to do is plug it in for the 1 hour we have a day, and that's when I can go back home with it.
Whoa, what's that?
This is a new hoverboard I picked up. I got it at Walmart, or you can order it offline. on Walmart.com. They run for about $4,000.
Wow, that's affordable.
Yeah, it is. It's really cheap and it's an easy way to get around. You can get this for 2 easy payments of $2,000 when you order it off of line.
Welcome back. Now to Sebastian with global warming.
Thank you, Jaron. In the past 50 years, global warming has become a worldwide problem. The shores of the east and west coast are becoming flooded. The ocean has risen 12 feet due to the melting of Antarctica. Scientists are undergoing studies saying that the ocean level could rise 3 feet within the next 10 years. If this study is true, Key West in Florida will be completely underwater. To prevent global warming, you can carpool or ride a bike to school or work. With the last extinction of the gas-powered car, global warming should drop down, because now global warming will be only caused by factories producing fuel for heavy equipment and oil for heavy equipment as well. These roads and new cars will be produced from the electricity on the underground roads. The solar panels on the roads will recharge your car as it is driving on there, this causing less global warming. For one of these panels, it is about $2,000, which will cover about a mile of roadway. The roadway is also able to detect when there is rocks, small animals, or deer on the road, preventing snow and other animals on the roadway and alerting the drivers so that they are aware of this. The solar panels are also heated, so that would also cause less dramatic use for snow plows, because the snow will melt on top of the roadways and leak into the panels to an underground sewer system, where it would be flushed into the ocean, back into trying to recreate Antarctica. Back to you guys in the studio.
Researchers have said that they have discovered Sasquatch, also known as Bigfoot. Jericho has more on the story.
Thank you, Danny. Researchers found Sasquatch in the Canadian woodlands. He was 9 feet tall and weighed 900 pounds. He is not harmful and did not hurt any of the researchers that discovered him. Bigfoot is more afraid of you than you are of him. They found him in a trap they set with berries and venison meat. That's how they found out he is a vegetarian, because he did not eat any of the meat. They measured out his feet and found out he had a shoe size of 27 inches. He also had many human-like features. For example, 5 fingers including opposable thumbs, binocular vision, and very good hearing. He can run at a top speed of 40 miles per hour and easily jump a 6-foot fence. He is currently being held at the San Diego Zoo under close watch by the city's finest zookeepers. This is one of the most incredible discoveries in scientific history. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Jericho. Canadian terrorists have attempted to take down the White House and steal the Statue of Liberty. The president sent 10,000 troops into Canada and New York to try and find the leaders of this terrorist group, ISIS.
Yesterday, a 39-year-old man tried to commit suicide by jumping off of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, California. Bystanders were quick enough to call the police, and they arrived on the scene immediately. The police caught him before he hit the water. He was transported to a local hospital and will be transferred to a mental institute in Dallas, Texas in a week after he's in more healthful conditions. The family of this man asks that we don't release his name or any personal information.
While the hoverboard gets all the buzz, the hover sled is the real deal these days. Our own Jericho Jack is there to report on the new invention.
Believe it or not, this sled actually hovers a couple inches above the ground. Here come some sleds right now. Ow. Well, that hurt.
Okay, well, we'll be right back after this break.
Are you tired? New advancements in Powerade's formula have made it more energizing. Just 1 ounce will last you all day. A 32-ounce bottle should last you up to a month. Get yours at your local sports store for $10 a bottle. Powerade is not responsible for heart attacks, seizures, diabetes, or even death. Women that are pregnant or may become pregnant should drink at their own risk. Drink responsibly. The first building is now going up on planet Mars. Sebastian has more on the story.
Today, the first prison has been completed on Mars. With this prison, the aliens and inmates that are accompanied there will be able to help put up other buildings, such as local buildings as grocery stores, post office,
Town halls and homes. This is only if they have good behavior though. If they do not, they will be kept in the hole, which is in the cell block D. The good prisoners will be kept in A and B, and the medium non-fighting prisoners will be kept in cell block C. With this prison going up, it'll help keep the crime rate down and keep the prisoners into jail, and any aliens that try to come and steal their planet back will not be able to come and steal it back anymore. Back to you guys at the studio.
Thank you for tuning in to Nightly News at 8. Come back with us tomorrow night. Have a safe night and don't do drugs.